been off the mark.
Chris finds West. And now here's Chris. And Whiteside sends it back. And he's able to get it back. That's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. Six on the shot clock. From deep. Rebounded by the Jazz. This their first chance this season playing the Cavaliers.
And you have to love it when there's a matchup like this. Two teams that are at the top of their respective conferences going at it.
And the fact that they split their team meetings last season. Does one try to get a leg up?
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
And once they establish that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
I think, Greg, you can't expect to win with that kind of effort. The defense was nowhere to be found, and it cost them all night long.
With a break in the action, let's see which teams have come away with the most steals in the NBA this season. The Jazz second.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Utah leading by 4. Inside and stolen by Chris. Chris kicks to Chris. West right side. Back to Chris. Pass to Foster. 5 to shoot. Good on the three-point shot.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Doris, you've covered the NBA and the Jazz for so long. Just how much does this team mean to its community?
Well, this is one of the great environments in the entire NBA. Jazz fans are diehard. They're loud and they're proud. And I'll tell you, as the only pro team in the state, it's no wonder.
West kicks to Chris. Now here's West. 23 points for him the last game against Miami.
And his court vision was extraordinary, too. Let's not forget that. He was flawless passing the ball.
Here's Lockett, and it's a foul called on Doc. That is his first foul of the game. Foster against Brown. The stupendous finish in traffic.
Oh, great move to get to the rack there against the guy who doesn't really just have the strength to be able to keep him away from the rim.
Chris gets the bucket.
Well, you love the aggressiveness. Chris not drifting around on the outside. He's getting it done in the painted area.
Here's Lockett, defended by West. Here's Hammonds. He can't hit that time. So Cleveland will take it the other way.
He's obviously still trying to find the range. No success this quarter. You wonder what it would take to get him to pass the ball.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
And there's West. That good on the assist by Foster.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Pass to Hammonds. Nice ball movement by Utah. It's good. And so it's West with it. He brings it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They lead by 4. Rebound by Hammonds. For Utah, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Knocked loose and stolen by Chris. Rebound by Hammonds. Hammonds got 4 rebounds now tonight. Brown against Foster. Got a piece of it. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. Oh!
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Brown feeling it out a bit. Just 5 on the clock. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Brown's got 5 points so far.
I'll tell you, somebody fell asleep because the defense was not paying any attention to him. That's a huge blunder.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
Boy, look at how hard he pursues the basketball, gets out of his area. Terrific work on the offensive glass.
And the foul on Skinny. That's his first foul. Here's Braxton. That one a little long. Utah has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. That gives them the lead. Hammonds got his second bucket of the night.
With that now, only 2 of 7 to start the game. Not the start he was hoping for.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And Brown throws it down hard.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Now Foster. Last game, 26 points. 6 on the shot clock. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And it's Brown missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And here is West. 6 points for him. Looking to end the run. And there's the call on the eraser. That's his first foul. Good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Jazz lead by 3. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And the guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
Well, the commitment is evident, and they are simply phenomenal at their aggression on the defensive end right now.
Here's Lockett. He had 34 points in the win against the Raptors in Toronto.
He was active all night on the defensive end as well. With all the steals he came away with, he had them totally rattled.
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. Honey out there with Whiteside. Then it's Hammonds. Then there's Brown, and it's Skinny in at the point.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
The Cavaliers trail by 5. West outside. Lockett 6. Out to Chris. The shot's good on the assist by West. West has got 3 assists tonight.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Here's Hammonds. Gets a very good look and converts. Hammonds got 8 points.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
It's good, and the Jazz lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from West.
And just showing you his determination despite the size difference.
I mean, how does he get that shot off? I mean, he had to angle that perfectly to get past the defender. I think you could see early on that he was really with a rhythm and flow tonight, and now he's really starting to take off.
It's intercepted. There's the lob to Brown. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Chris can't hit.
That's nice technique on the glass. You know, you leverage your position and your size to pull that in.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Jazz had to weather the loss of Gordon Hayward, so they need to play together to have success. Coach Quinn Snyder said, we expect guys to put the team in front of themselves and support each other. Our strength isn't in one guy. We need each other. Kevin?
David, one thing for sure, they come to play almost every game. Thank you. And the Cavaliers call time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Just who is providing all the playmaking here tonight? Let's look at the breakdown between the front and back court for Utah.
And their guards are taking on the majority of the passing and assisting for the team. Just as you might expect, the bigs doing their part by getting to good spots inside and making themselves available.
And taken away by Brown. The finish. Oh! Wow.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. We now have rules, Doris, that protect shooters from defenders stepping underneath them. But what about when the defender leaves his feet and the offensive player steps underneath and tries to draw the foul?
Well, I think one of the things that we have to look at is, okay, we certainly do not want the defender to have unnatural movements which place him underneath the feet of the shooter, because that's where injuries can happen. On the other side of the equation, and this has become problematic to me, you see far too many shooters either jump unnaturally outside of what should be a straight up and down shooting motion, or guys who kick their legs sideways in an attempt to draw contact and fall over. But Kev, this is where officiating is about feel, touch, and vision.
And stolen by Chris. Left side, West. Passes it to Braxton. Here's Foster. 6 points for him.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Utah leading by 9. Skinny the pass to Atkins. Here's Brown, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
Free throw good from Brown. A lot of times late in the season, Doris, we see the expensive vets bought out of their contracts. Often they sign for a cheap price for a true contender, and that affects parity among postseason qualifiers.
No doubt about it, Kevin. It really brings into very sharp focus the value of a quality GM, because the rich can get richer, and it can tilt things toward the top teams. I don't mind it, Kevin. Part of the reason these players agree to a buyout in the first place is the opportunity to choose their next situation. It is within the rules, and therefore I have no problem with it.
I like it as well. Here's Lockett, fended by West. Hammonds kicks the Whiteside. Skinny the pass to Brown. 4 on the clock. From deep. Cavaliers with the rebound. The Erasers got 4 rebounds now tonight. Chris finds West. And here's Chris. To the paint. Fades back. And with that, the Utah lead is cut down to 6 and the bucket from Chris.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And there's the pass to Hammonds. Here's Lockett, defended by West. And here's Brown outside. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
Well, he's kept them in balance tonight. This guy's shooting has put them in front.
Got a piece of it and taken away by Brown. From downtown, no good. This miss, number 4 in 10 shots. Pass to Chris, and Cleveland turns it over again. A lot of answers, but still a lot of questions for how the East is going to ultimately shake out this year. But right now, let's check out where the team stands. You look at Miami, and not a surprise, really, to see them sitting there in that number 1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And checking out Cleveland, not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And I think for the Cavaliers, hanging where they are, right in the middle of the standings, will not make things easy for them down the stretch.
Oh, that's for sure. I mean, this is where the pressure really starts to build. Any little slip-up between here and the end of the season, and they could find themselves sitting at home for the playoffs.
2 points. That one goes.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
Here's Lockett. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. No one covering. And the Jazz lead by 10.
Boy, his shot looks so much more fluid this quarter, hitting at a much better clip.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
He does not look happy. Their defensive rebounding has been putrid, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
For money. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run. He's averaging 14 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. And he does the heavy lifting on the glass, throwing himself into the rebounding battle with just complete effort.
Well, you get the feeling he believes every rebound should be his, and most of them are. This guy is putting up tremendous numbers.
Brown kicks to Hammonds. Whiteside, the pass to Skinny. Back to Whiteside. Foster against Brown. 2 seconds left, and finished off by Brown.
And Kevin, plays like that, really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Look at them. They are really into it.
The other bench deflated because that was a rough sequence for the defense. They hated to give up those points, but there's nothing to stop it.
Foster, that's good.
And how about the consistency from range tonight? Really impressive.
Well, it is all about the 3-ball nowadays in the NBA. When he's hitting from there, it's going to make things very tough on the defense.
Skinny the pass to Whiteside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's another one for the Jazz. 44 seconds left to play in the first half. West outside. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10. Utah leading by 9. 23 seconds left here in the second. From 12 feet out. Misses off the right iron. Cleveland's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well.
How exciting is this kid? One of the more athletic front court players you'll find in the NBA. Marquise Chris doing work.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
And so it's the Utah Jazz ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We come back right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. They really did some damage in the second quarter, and as things started clicking for them, they were able to get out to a 9-point lead by halftime. And Shaq, what did you think about what we saw from Utah?
Well, Kenny knows about this. I used to do this to his team all the time. Take advantage of you down low. Mismatch. Barbecue chicken alert. Make good entry passes. That led to some good looks. Obviously, a lot of points. When you control the paint, Ernie, you control the game. I was the master of controlling my paint. Shaquille O'Neal.
Kenny, let's get your insight on Cleveland.
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
As we return to look at the corner of Euclid and East 6th in downtown Cleveland, just a few blocks from our spot here at Quicken Loans Arena. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. What a game we're seeing from the Monster.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
I don't think you could ask for anything more from this guy. He has been fantastic to start this one.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Chris is out there with the eraser. Then there's Foster. And there's Doc. And it's West in at the point guard. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
You can tell they've got their foot on the gas pedal right now. No slowing down. The defense starting to look helpless.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Well, you want to slow this man's roll right now if you're the defense, because you've got to make somebody else beat you. He's cooking right now. I think one of the things that strikes you about Quinn Snyder is whatever is at his disposal in terms of players, he makes great use of it. He loses Gordon Hayward, dealt with a ton of injuries, and yet the Jazz are always competitive.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Pass to Hammonds. Shot clock at 5. Tipped away, and it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. And a large part of why the Jazz stay competitive is Snyder's creativity.
Right, he calls his system advantage basketball. They're trying to make the most of screens and cuts to give a player an advantage on the catch. I'll tell you, that turns good players into very good players.
And here's West from the arc. Nailed from three-point land.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Well, you simply got to push through that, right? You need to at least contest the shot. Otherwise, he's going to knock it down.
It's good, and the Jazz lead is cut down to 6, and the bucket from Chris. Chris has got 9.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Here's Money. He's got 8. The kick out to Brown. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Brown's got 20 points. Cleveland's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. It's stolen by Brown. Passes it to Skinny. Plenty of space. And Utah again with the bucket.
Boy, excellent start to the second half. They've missed just once in 5 attempts.
And the Cavaliers call time here. A lot of responsibility, Doris, in being the focal point of an offense. What characteristics have you seen are shared among NBA players who carry the load offensively for their teams every game?
Right. This is a great separation point to me in the NBA because there are a lot of outstanding players at the level on any given night in the NBA. But, Kevin, there is a select few players who are willing to share the lion's share of the responsibility. Men like Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Russell Westbrook. Like, you have to be prepared 82 times per year to step between the lines, shoulder the load, and sometimes when you underperform, to bear the criticism that comes with that responsibility. And Kevin, you know this. That's a select few player who's willing to absorb that.
Thoughts? And a look here at the shot chart for Brown.
Well, this is what you wanted to see from him. I mean, he's not settling for anything and is going right at the defender, taking the ball to the rim whenever he can. And the attitude he's had on offense is keeping his team flying around as his energy is contagious out there right now.
Here's Chris. It's good from the top of the key. Chris has got 11 points.
This guy's pulling his weight tonight. The guys around him need to pick up the slack and start following his lead.
Hammonds kicks to Brown. For the three, and that's a foul called on the Beast. That is his first foul of the game.
I'll tell you, somebody fell asleep because the defense was not paying any attention to him. That's a huge blunder.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Here's Foster. Utah with the rebound.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead. And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
To the paint. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. West with the ball. 18 points for him. Here's Chris. Utah with the rebound. Hammonds got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And it's Brown missing.
Oh, he'd like to have that one back. You almost never get that wide open a look.
West outside. There's the pass to Foster. The shot's good on the assist by West. West has got assist number 7 for him tonight.
I'll tell you, the feed puts him in prime position to convert. The assist was where it needed to be.
Right side, the pass to Hammonds. Just 5 on the clock. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And here's what the Cleveland Cavaliers schedule looks like. On Saturday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans. Then on Tuesday, they'll defend home court against the Indiana Pacers.
And for the matchup with the Rockets, you know they want to come out and make a big statement in that one. It won't be easy, but anything can happen.
Poke loose, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. Around halfway through the season, and a chance here to recap where all the teams in the West sit in the standings. Look at Utah. Quite a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out. Of course, there's the Rockets, 3.5 back.
And seeing where Utah is, for me, they've taken the league by storm this season. I felt like they were maybe a year ahead of schedule in terms of being an elite group. But you look at them right now, and here they are.
Yeah, they weren't really on anyone's radar before the season began, but they're definitely there now.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
You know, that's a great time to pull up and shoot the 3 in transition. The defense never had a chance to set up and get a hand in his face.
Good work defensively by Whiteside.
Boy, that's high-impact defense in the lane, standing tall to deny the easy bucket.
And it's a foul called on Dow. That'll be his second foul of the game. Skinny the pass to Whiteside. 5 on the clock, and that one's good. Hammonds.
No hesitation when he saw the space the D was giving him. That's 2.
Chris kicks it to Foster. Poked away. Here's Atkins. That one no good. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that'll be the third of the 4th straight at home. Chris can't hit.
Not the kind of strong finish it should have been. Something threw him off.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The Jazz shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
First free throw is good.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
1:49 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Here's Braxton, and he can't stop the run as he misses.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Pass to Hammonds. Chris with the rebound.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
1:09 left in the 3rd. Puts up a 3, drains it from beyond the arc. Money's got 7 now in this quarter.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
And the foul on the monster. That is his first foul of the game. The eraser passes to Chris, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Chris has got 6.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the 3-point shot.
Here's Atkins. Cavaliers with the rebound.
Boy, that's a tough miss. Does well to get himself open and then botches it up.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Well, you can see he's sputtering a bit, but he's trying to get going. I do like that he's continuing to be aggressive.
The Cavaliers trail by 18. West outside. Clock at 6. Here's the teardrop. And so it's Utah with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
Hold up, take on mommy, count my
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. The Cavaliers trail by 18, and Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. We've got Brown. Whiteside is out there with Money, and they're Skinny, and it's Hammonds in at the 2.
I'll tell you, that play was not as easy as he made it look. A moving target, it has to be perfectly placed, really pretty. He started out strong, 3 threes in the first half, but the long ball has disappeared on him since.
Foster, that's good.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Ball's knocked loose. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And Utah has possession. And the professor picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Here's Brown. Shoots over Foster, and it's Brown missing. They're going to have to make a pretty big comeback here.
I think it's be a mistake to let the shot clock in under 10 seconds from here on out.
West kicks it to Foster, and the foul on the monster. That'll be his second foul of the game. We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Here's West. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
At the line for your Cavaliers, West. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And both free throws good for West.
Boy, he's just been so consistent, right? I mean, every time he's gotten to the stripe, he's delivered. This is great stuff.
Jazz passing it around, and then Brown with the dunk.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Chris finds West. Back to Chris. Shot clock at 6. West passes to Chris. Whiteside with it. Covered by Chris. They get it back. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg. Especially when the ball was that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And Foster drops them both.
Boy, how outstanding at the line has this guy been. One of the best free throw shooting big men you will ever find.
Here's Braxton. Draws contact on the shot.
Defensively,
Jazz leading by 9. Here's Hammonds. Brown outside. And it's Marquise Chris with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Poke loose. Just 5 to shoot.
With the turnover. And when they desperately needed to get things turned around, they were
Here's Whiteside. And just miss after miss right now.
His shot's it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Brown wide open. He fires. And dead on that time. Beautiful shot.
And the game of basketball is one of runs. And right now, this one's definitely not over.
Pass to Foster from downtown. Utah with the rebound. Money's got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
West outside. Chris. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Boy, the score would look a lot different if his teammates could have had the kind of night he's had.
And the Jazz call time here.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
I think sometimes that's all it takes, right? We'll see if it helps them moving forward in this one.
Get some numbers right. I had to get my numbers.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Quinn Snyder talking with his team. He told them the lead we've got is good, but we can be better. Take it to them. Stay on the accelerator. Looks like he wants them to keep pushing it.
West passes to Braxton. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
And that's such solid fundamental basketball on display right there.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up a dunk.
And that's why we say move without the basketball. You'll be rewarded. After a first half of poor shooting, he is turning up the heat now.
Whiteside kicks to Brown. Here's Hammonds. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And the first one drops. He's perfect from the line this time.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawing some fouls.
And it's Foster missing.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
I tell you what, his accuracy has been the story of this game.
No doubt. I mean, he's doing his best to guide his team to victory. Superb job shooting the ball in this final period. Challenging this D with the 3-ball. That's his second from distance this half. And he also hit one in the first half, too.
And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. As for the wide open look. And again, it's Cleveland.
And guys on defense gasping for air at this point.
Gasping for air and giving limited effort on the defensive end. Right now it's all about the offense. Boy, the shooting has been off the charts.
Brown against Foster. They double him with West. It's stolen. Dishes it to Foster. The shot's good on the assist by West. And now it's only a 5-point Jazz lead.
Well, you see the excellent skill set. And this is when you want to make an impact.
Don't you love seeing this guy rise to the occasion, going right at the defense and getting it done in the clutch?
Utah calls timeout.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
And I think, Greg, he just has to get them on the same page. With this kind of lax defensive effort, something has got to change.
Ripped away. Brown against Foster. Chris finds West. That's tipped, but they get it back. Here's Foster. A 3-pointer off the mark.
If you want to cut into a lead, you have got to trust your teammates and move the ball.
An incredible reverse throwdown. excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. This is it to Chris. They get a hand on it, and that will be Cleveland as it goes out of bounds. Cavaliers retain possession. Now here's West, down to 5 on the shot clock, all by himself. Here's Rocket, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. He hits the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 9-point ball game. And so it's West with it. He brings it up for the Cavaliers. The pass to Braxton. Out to West. The shot, no good. Now the Jazz take it the other way. So the first one drops, and that will push the lead to double digits. That one falls, so he hits both of them. 1:03 left in the fourth quarter. Inside. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Jazz.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for the Monster.
Well, guys, this guy has been a handful all night long. His scoring really